Hey Joe, how's it going? This is a asymmetrical mid-level capital vessel, multi-role, kind of a two-man multi-role capital vessel here. Hey, what's up, Talazar? How you doing? Hey, Annie, with that resub, 15 months. What's going on, man? Appreciate that as always. Everybody's doing good on a Friday. I might need a wireless mouse at this point. Like, I'm so sick of this cord. Cord just drives me freaking nuts, man. I've always heard like to stay away from wireless mice as a gamer just because like the latency, but I don't think it matters, man. I think it irritates me more that the cord's always driving me freaking nuts. Your guys' thoughts on that? I don't know. Yeah, it's a braided cable. I mean, it's not that it tangles up or anything. It's just um so I'm on a I don't have a real desk. I'm on a fold out table. Like I'm literally on one of those cheap like $50 fold out tables that you get at like Kmart or something. So after the hurricane, like I lost everything, right? So I mean, I got a good computer, but it's sitting on a really crappy fold out table. So it's yeah, everything's kind of like bunched up on this little table here, and I'm trying to work with it. Eventually, I'm gonna get a desk. I need to get a damn desk, but with this whole COVID thing, I haven't been able to go to the U.S. island to kind of even look at them and stuff. So we'll see what happens. But eventually, yeah, I totally need to get one because it's driving me freaking nuts. Yeah, that'll be the day. I'm sure that'll happen, man. Appreciate you putting that in the air, though. Everybody just keeps saying that. Maybe it'll happen. I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm also left-handed, so it has to be ambidextrous, which is I'm using the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition, which is really good. Like I like it. I mean, it's I've used Razer for forever. My last mouse was Razer as well, and I had it for at least 4 or 5 years. So I figured, you know, why? I mean, I think Logitech makes a ambidextrous, but yeah, no, just happy with Razer. Yeah, see, I feel that same way, Annie. But I feel like I mean, I know people that use wireless mice when they game, so I guess it's a thing now. I guess it's kind of, you know, the technology has gotten to where it's okay. But yeah, I just feel stubborn like that. Like I don't want to spend that kind of money on a wireless mouse, and then it's just a problem for me. And then what am I doing with that thing? I'm not in the U.S. I can't just go, you know, return something within the 60 days. Not a thing. Once I buy it, I own it. So. I've never attempted to return something from down here, and I don't really, I don't want to, because I feel like it'll probably be an issue. I just err on the side of caution. I mean, I'm kind of one of those people that over researches the hell out of anything they buy. I read reviews, I do comparisons, I ponder on it, I really go all out when it comes to and usually, I mean, it's worked out for me. I've rarely bought things that, you know, I've been really disappointed in, because I've done that forward research, and it's really worked to my benefit. Well, crazy. So, I mean, I guess the old philosophy was that there was a latency between the wireless and your movement to where, you know, and I think it's literally like point something within seconds or whatever. The same way they talk about um what is it else that has latency that's an issue? I forget. But, you know, I mean, just with wireless, it being a little smaller of a reaction time. And that's the thing. It could just totally not even be a thing. But it's just it was enough at the time for me to go, no, I don't think we're gonna mess with that. Oh, cool. So there you go. So I mean, that's another example of someone that's never had that issue. Oh, right on, Joe. That's awesome, man. Yeah, this is the main game I play. I've been streaming this for about a year and a half now, but yeah, I definitely love Scrap Mechanic. I play it nightly, so you'll definitely see more of that as well. I appreciate you popping in, man. That's awesome. Oh, so I meant to ask, crazy with the with your fancy SV that has the flamey color scheme. That's LCDs that's doing that? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you found some way to put like a whole just layer of like crazy color decal thingy with LCDs or something. Oh, okay, so because it almost looks airbrushed, like it looks like it blends. I don't know, man, it's nuts. It's much. Maybe you're just like using a lot of like shade transitions to where it looks like it's blending. So yeah, dude, like that's nuts. Hey, Scarly, what's up, man? Either way, dude, it looks amazing. Yeah, I'd watched the video that Jay Randall did with the about the LCDs and stuff, and you know, when I did that stream for the fundraiser, and I showed some of those, I mean, no matter what, I'm not able to, I'm really not able to sit there and look at a build for more than like 10-15 minutes. Otherwise, it'll be the longest stream in the world. But boy, some of those builds, man, I could have looked at those for like an hour and just really studied all those LCDs and stuff. Just insane, man. Just rewatching the video that he did with some of them, like it was just insanity, man. And I think I had the same reaction during the stream, but like, some of those things just need a lot of time to just really look at it and understand what the hell's going on there, because I was dumbfounded, just and he was going over it and he's like, yeah, well, this line tells you this, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't tell me that. Doesn't tell me anything. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. So you guys, yeah, that's really cool, man. The last time I messed it with like coding and stuff was like Soldier of Fortune 1, man, when I was like making my own skins back in the day. But that's like old school Quake shit, That's not like now, So you're out of it, like you don't remember any of that. Was he wrong? Okay, I don't know. But just yeah, dude, it was just remarkable, just kind of seeing all that. I just thought it was amazing. Hey, Alpha, what's up? Oh, you rectified it in a newer vid. Okay, I haven't watched the latest vid. Alpha, you're talking about the ship, or you're talking about the conversation? Oh, I was actually discussing about with Salusticor's Cutlass Red build. You could see it on the workshop, and he had done it for last month's Designers Challenge, and oh man, yeah, if you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out on the workshop. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, Crazy Z's been the LCD guy since like the very beginning. Like, if you, I showed it in that Space Force 1 in this last designer stream, but I mean, if you just go back and look at all the amazing work that's in there, just the pixel art stuff, the piano, just the pool table, like all that stuff is LCD work, and it's just it's getting even more now that they allow more stuff with the LCDs. Like, you're just seeing even more creativity, and it infuriates me because I can't do it. So I can't even. I'm just not even doing LCDs now. I'm like over it. I'm like, all right, add your own, or maybe I'll just give my work to Crazy and be like, Crazy, and then we'll have side shops, like you take your, you take your nice build and then you take it to a custom shop and it gets custom LCD work by Crazy Z or something, That could be a thing, man. Hell yeah, I'll do a collab, dude. I don't give a shit. Whatever, man. Whatever it takes to make the build look better. It was super depressing, dude. Like, I mean, just I think we all got punched in the gut, dude, including Jay Randall. We were always like, wait, what? Wait, what? Yeah, dude, just, you know. And that's always fun. I think that's such a great lesson in building in general. It's just being humbled by other people's work. Like, you know, before the community, before the streaming and everything, you know, I mean, I was so busy building. And you get so busy because when you have none of this to do, like no content to generate or whatever, if it was just me literally playing this game and just building, you'll get so lost in yourself, right? And you'll just build, and you'll have ideas and you'll build, and then you look at the workshop and you might see stuff. You might see some other people's stuff at that week, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's pretty good," or "I did really good this week," or whatever. But you don't really get a lot of exposure. You don't see a lot of people's work, and you don't really relate to a lot because you're so busy in your own world. So once this happened, and once the designers challenges happened and the community happened, you just really see what's out there, and you just get humbled, and you realize, you know what, I'm not the best builder, I'm not close to the best builder, but I can do some cool stuff, and it's really awesome seeing what everybody else is doing, you know, at any given time. And you know, every once in a while somebody just does something truly amazing, and then people figure it out, and then they're able to get to that level, and then people just keep stacking on top of each other with more and more stuff. And that's what I was talking about earlier, was that, you know, the quality of work on the workshop is just leaps and bounds to what it was a year ago. It's insanity. And I would like to think that, you know, a big part of that is the community here and what we've done, because we're consistently on the front page. We're consistently, you know, some really amazing builds that could, you know, get put out here, and it's freaking awesome to see that, man. Be good to see that. I don't like where these thrusters are. I don't like that they're right at that pivot point. But they have to be there for maneuverability, because they're literally in the same. I think I'm gonna inset it one. I think maybe that'll help. That one. So we have 6, right? You're saying we need more tutorial videos? I agree. I need to get on that. I just need to put them out. I get so in my head when it comes to recording like tutorial videos. Like I'll literally sit there and I'll think about, okay, what do I need to say? What do I need to go over? And I'll script it. I'll over script it, and then it's like a 5-minute video, but it'll take me hours. And I'll get so upset with myself, and then like maybe the audio is not great or this, and I just need to do it. I just need to stop pretending like it's gonna be this professional thing and just freaking do it. That's literally the reason why I haven't done like 100 tutorial videos, because it's painstaking and agonizing for me to record. Like, well, I'll you know, last night I tried to I spent 2 hours recording the first Patreon spotlight, which is, you know, it's a thing where my Patreon supporters, you know, they give me a build that they want me to show off, and I do a video that basically, you know, shows off the build, and kind of like a demo, kind of like a tour, if you will. And I spent about an hour recording it, got all through, and then I listened to the audio back, and my voice was dropping out. It was late at night, so I was talking softer, and I have a noise gate on my mic, so when it goes too low under a certain amount of decibels, it automatically shuts off. And this is for when my kids like in the background and stuff. So the whole audio was just screwed, and I was pissed, and I was like, oh god, I just spent a whole freaking 2 hours on this. So I gotta redo it. So it's just crap like that. It just drives me nuts when it comes to recording. But streaming, you know, it happens all the time, right? Like, You hear background noise, you hear this, but it's streaming. For some reason, streaming's just way more forgivable than you know, a YouTube video. Awesome. Yeah, crazy, man. I remember, man. I remember the very beginning of your kind of pivot into more functional builds and stuff. I mean, you were building like these amazing show builds of these huge SVs with all these amazing detail, but they weren't, you know, they weren't as functional, you know. And now, dude, you've managed to incorporate all that talent into workable builds, and it's yeah, dude. Now it's like you get a crazy Z build, you know that thing's gonna work in survival, it's gonna do what it needs to do, but it's still just gonna be this crazy, like, unorthodox, beautiful thing, you know, that's just not of this game. Now, when I only say that with a few people, but like, there's some people that build in here, and it's like, what game are you playing? This isn't Empyrion. Like, you're not, like, I don't know what this is, but this isn't Empyrion. It's some other game that you're building from, because it's just too. It's just, yeah, it's different, man. Thanks for saying that, dude. So we still haven't figured out where we're putting the and I'm leaning towards like here, like just having kind of a visual generator thing here, but I'm kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of like continuing this weird not like me build here, doing weird things. I don't know how in love I am with this. Baiting this still, like it. The more I look at it, the more it looks off. You know what? Let me put like the underneath here and see if that closing this up, if that makes it better for me here. I feel like I'm losing. I don't know, like it's going against the flow of the build here. The could be wrong. I don't know. Like I like parts of it, but now it just feels too. It's not smooth. Like against, you know, aerodynamics. Where, you know, I mean, I guess that doesn't really matter, but it feels weird. Yeah, yeah, I feel like that's yeah, I agree. All right, let's kind of clean this up a little bit and see. Yeah, that's literally like the best piece of advice I think I can give anybody that's building in this game is never settle. Never settle for anything that you do. If you don't like it, if there's even a little bit about it that you don't like, don't hesitate to just delete it. Because I've compromised so many times, and then I'll look back at the build, and you know I'll just be upset that I didn't like take the time to do what I wanted to do to kind of figure it out. And it's funny too because, you know, there's been some builds that I've done on the workshop that I was really proud of. I thought they were amazing and this and that, and now I look back at them and it's like, what was I so, you know, that's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like it's so quickly that you move on from things in this game. And you know, I think that's partly to do with influence. I think partly that's to do with you know, what other people are doing and stuff, but it's kind of funny how that happens in this game. Yeah, no, like I said, go to the Cutlass Red. It's a very recent build. If you go into the workshop and just look for Cutlass Red, and yeah, dude, sanity. I think it's Cake Technologies instead of Drake. You know, it's a Star Citizen build, right? It's a build from a ship in Star Citizen. Yeah, dude, it's just spawn that in, man, and just, you know, it'll take you a good hour to really just go through it, and it's not a big SV. It's like a pretty small SV, and yeah, guys. So I did, you know, I did a lot to test my my recording capabilities again and everything, and I'm gearing up to start doing a lot of Empyrion content. So I'll definitely be highlighting a lot of the builds that I'm talking about and stuff in a weekly workshop review episodes. I'm looking to do those every Wednesday. I'm gonna drop those probably 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. So definitely look out for that coming up next week. And the Patreon spotlights, and this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern I'm going to be doing the designer spotlight, which is where I actually interview a designer from the workshop, and we go over his body of work from like a few of his first builds to what he's presently working on, he or she. And on Sunday we're going to be highlighting Siege. So Siege has been building for a long time. He's one of my OG kind of inspirations in this game, and definitely check that out. That's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you look at previous episodes, you can find those on YouTube. I have a playlist of my previous spotlights. Some really cool stuff from Jay Randall to T-Rex to, you know, just there's a lot of people in there. Semp and Tim88. Still a lot to do. Still a lot to do. A lot of people that I want to do, including Crazy. So at some point we'll get into that. Lack of piping. You're not gonna find piping here, sir. No, we'll do some kind of piping here. Probably over here, because I gotta dress this up a little bit. Oh yeah, Annie's definitely gotta do it here at some point. It's a challenge though, because you know I recommend that, you know, I really appreciate that people would get on voice with me and talk, but you know, if it's a case where it's just not possible, like I just gotta find a way to kind of work around that. But yeah, it's nice, you know, because people get to hear from the developer, not from me, you know. I mean, I could sit here and talk about your stuff all day, right? But I find it's a little more satisfying to hear the stories of the actual builders and kind of learn some of the things that you didn't know when it comes to like your favorite builds and stuff. Hey Joseph, what's up, man? What do we not have on the outside of this build that's pertinent to the build? I mean, we have thrusters, we have we don't have weapons. There we go. That's kind of important, having some weapons. I don't know. It's a mid-level CV, so it's meant for planetary and orbital, so usually a good strategy for a multi-role like that can go on and off the surface is to have a good amount of projectile turrets underneath. The majority of the time in flight, planetary, you're going to be above the enemy. Drones only fly so high. Patrol ships only fly so high. Enemy POIs, you know, are obviously on the ground. So the majority, if not all of your combat is going to be from above. So you definitely want to strategically place your turrets for planet side underneath the build, and then have maybe a mix above and below, side to side for orbital. Now you still want side projectiles for below as well, in a situation where maybe you're landed and you need to be able to deploy your CV in the air to defend itself. You still have that vertical 45-degree, you know, turrets go this way, and then, you know, if you have a good 360, you can literally shoot stuff on the ground and in the air as you're taking off. So you definitely want vertical as well. You know, and unfortunately, like, they haven't changed this, right? As far as what turrets work on planet, it's still just projectile. Like, man, if they could just allow flak, like, yeah, I feel like that would be better. Like, I would love it if they would just add flak as a option. But alas, is not to be. So it's an asymmetrical build. I'm just gonna make sure that there's a decent amount of coverage. This isn't a gunship. This isn't, you know, some high-end assault vehicle. So it's gonna be able to hold its own, but at the same time, it's not gonna overtake the build here. Now minigun turrets are a higher rate of fire, but a lower range of fire. I don't think that's changed, right? Current range 0.14. It's max range 54. Yeah, so a little bit more here. Damage 700, damage 350. Rate of fire 100, rate of fire 300. So 369, 1050 versus 700 damage within the same amount of time. Is that the same amount of time? Rate of fire 100, 300. You kind of get more bang for your buck with the 15s, right? Are they more accurate? Yeah, accuracy's a thing too, right? I'm always kind of divided on this, like, ongoing argument with these, but we'll go with cannon for now. It hits a little further. It's not that big a deal. I think the biggest the starkest contrast is the rate of fire. It's 3 times more with the 15s, but the damage is, you know, so I don't know. We'll stick with the 30 for now. We can always adjust later on. So it's this is a challenge for me with the asymmetry, is that I'm so used to having things so uniform, and I've gotta talk myself out of that here. It's a bit much, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so I think that's pretty fine. Not, like I said, I'm not gonna overdo it. I do like that. I like that it's now when I put it here, I'm gonna be at a disadvantage. I need to come out, otherwise it's gonna be otherwise that's not gonna work. So let's see. So it's 3, right? So 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. So we'll keep it in the middle of the build here. Yeah, Annie, no worries, man. Let me stop here. Just chat you when you get back. Just let me know and I'll start again. Now, for those of you tuning into the stream that aren't familiar with the challenges, this month's challenge is to build a build without using the texture tool or color tool to enhance it in any way. So you have to keep it the default texture that the blocks are. And I've given like 4 choices of what you can use, but more or less, yeah, what you see is what you get here. So that's why you're seeing me replace everything with this texture, because that's, yeah, it's falling in line with the rules for this month. So you won't see this build finished for the challenge. This will be the state of it, this color, this whatever, and then, you know, within the Anvil build series I will finish this build and release it to the workshop, so don't worry about that. We're not gonna keep it untextured. For the challenge, we won't progress the build any further until after the challenge, because I don't want to take away from the purpose of the challenge. Want people to, you know, I want to, basically this month we're going to be just fine-tuning this build as much as possible and getting as much detail without overdoing it. Like I'm trying to keep it, my style is kind of adjusting a little bit as far as the over detailed, over textured kind of look, and I'm trying to kind of make it a little more streamlined, I guess, a little less busy. Kind of let the shapes, the overall shapes, kind of stand on their own. Right, appreciate that. Right, so we've got vertical turret on that side. We need to incorporate something on this side, but I actually don't think that's possible. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a possibility on this. Without it, just not going to be able to incorporate a turret over here, which is fine. Yeah, it's just part of it, and I feel like all ships, you know, in sci-fi and everything, all ships should kind of have a weakness to them, I guess, a vulnerable part, a vulnerable something to them. I mean, all ships, all combat vehicles in real life have vulnerabilities, right? Anybody who's played World of Tanks before can tell you that, you know, there's certain tanks that can hold down, there's certain tanks that have good gun depression, there's certain tanks that are soft in the front and the captain's hatches and whatever, right? Same principle applies here. You know, based on its role, you can't have necessarily a foolproof build, and that's what kind of makes the game cool to me. I mean, that's what makes it fun, is that you know, you try to give your build a role, but at the same time, you know, it has some character to it in its vulnerability. Yeah, and as we're sitting here kind of shaping the overall the big shapes of the build, you know, we're still gonna go back and we're gonna refine a lot of these little shapes and add little nuances, details here that'll build a little more. Like I'm still working on how we're going to do this, because I really like the space. I don't want to take that away, but then I don't want to put force field emitters in here, and which costs just a fortune. And so I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do here, but we're gonna do something where this might be exposed in a way. I don't know. Oh, right on, Eldonk. I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, I mean that's the whole premise. You know, we get so comfortable in the way that we build and the way that we start our builds and the way that we do our transitions and you know, I mean, I'm going out of my element here by building the way I built this one. I never build like this. So yeah, we're all kind of doing something a bit. So, right on. Yeah, I mean the CPU thing's always gonna be an added kind of challenge, right? But nothing I've mastered yet. So we're all kind of we're all kind of dealing with that a bit. Um, I, dude, that's such a loaded question. I don't know. According to whom? I don't know. I don't know, man. It's still a thing. I guess we'll leave it at that. It's still a thing. I don't know. I mean, it's been adjusted. People are still, you know, people still have their opinions about it and whatnot. When I saw when that patch dropped, I was so pissed. Today is the first time I've even thought about Empyrion. Wow. So what was it that I mean? What was it about the CPU that made you feel that way? I mean, what brought you to that? Like, was it just the it was all the old builds that I enjoyed several years just being made obsolete. No regard for the player base, just plain. I had an idea and did. Yeah, dude, I totally understand that, and you know, and I don't think there's anybody that has a big workshop that didn't feel that way, or even forget about the workshop. Just people that had builds that they had customized, if it was other people's builds originally or if it was their builds. Um, you know, just things that they've developed over patches and patches that they use in their gameplay, all of a sudden just completely being obsolete. I totally get that. I felt a bit of that as well. Being a builder, I did look at it as a challenge as well. But what frustrated me was them pushing it out there and then it getting pulled back so drastically that now, to me, it's just not even. It's kind of not even a thing. Like, it's a thing, but it's not like a big deal. And then I just kind of get frustrated. Well, like, if it's not that big of a deal, why is it kind of a thing? Like, if it's not defining something, I don't know. So I mean, they're still working on it. I mean, the game's in development. The game is you know, not finished, and so, you know, I just remind myself of all that and try to move in that way. But then I kind of learned a lesson from that, and it's that, you know, I try not to get too attached to the things I build anymore, because boy, it could just get pulled out from under you in a heartbeat, right? And as long as you kind of move like that in your head and look at things as kind of a welcome challenge and just kind of, you know, forever defining, you know, your builds, I don't think it's going to hit you as hard. But yeah, just you know, like, I look at it, any build that I've done, I just got to know that there's an expiration date on it. You know, you take this for instance, take the Kydex Mark II. I haven't even released this yet. I built this back in Alpha 9, and Alpha 10 came, and I further developed it, and there was all the CPU changes, and it survived it, and now it's CPU compliant. Yeah, it's a tier 4 CPU. I mean, it's completely CPU compliant, but it's just you know, now I don't know, I don't you know, I don't know what's next, so I don't want to bring this out until Alpha 12, because then, you know, I'll know exactly what needs to happen. I know there's a teleporter that I might want to put in here, and you know, there's some other things that might need to go in here. So until, you know, until I'm comfortable with that, because this is my CV. This is the CV I made for myself a long time ago, the original version. You guys recently saw Jay Randall do a really cool Mark II version of it of the original one. Um, you know, I put a lot of care into this one, and I love this build. So it's yeah, it's something that I am gonna release in Alpha 12. I swear to it, I'm gonna release this thing in Alpha 12 because I don't want to have the pressure of it anymore. But already looking at it, even from just a patch, I can see some of the changes in my style and things that I want to pick at. Uh, so I'm only demonstrating this to say that, you know, you'll get sick of your builds in a month, and you'll realize that, you know, you can do something better. And that's if you're a builder, if you're continually building things and you're learning new styles and you're learning new transitions and new efficiencies, and you're gonna always be building. So you look at somebody like Jay Randall or somebody that puts out these massive things every couple weeks, and you're like, how does he continue to do this? How does he continue to want to build these big CVs? I don't understand. I can't name half of his CVs at this point. Whereas in the beginning, I could name all of them, and I used them all, and I loved them all, and you know. But now, I'm sure there's CVs that I don't even remember, and I'll look at them and be like, "Wow, I forgot he made that," because he just generates so much content. But he does it because he's forever progressing in that content, and he's forever motivated himself to change his styles. And you know, so now he's gone from just doing the military stuff to doing Creel to doing now the new Reaver, which it's called something else, starts with an S. I forget. Crap. But yeah, so I mean, he's now creating whole races within the game to further motivate him to build differently and do these things. So I would just kind of encourage that. And listen, at the end of the day, CPU is not a mandatory thing. You could turn that off. If you want to use all of my old builds, if you want to use all of your old builds, it's totally within your right to do that. You just go to your game and you just, you know, you just enable or disable CPU, and that's fine. I don't think that's ever going to change. According to the devs, that's always going to be an option. So you know, it's up to you. I mean, if you're a purist and you wanna play the game as it's you know, as it's made to play, then I totally respect that, because I feel that way too. I want to play the game the way the developers develop it. If they make it to a point where I don't like it, then you know, I'll adjust after. But the Scar class, thank you. Cool. Yeah, I love that, dude. That's like, I really like that style that he's doing. That real kind of like Tatooine kind of Jawa kind of, like, it's cool, man. It just looks really cool, like Reavers from Firefly and stuff. That's real, you know, the alien spacey Creel thing. It's cool, but it's not, you know, it's not a style that I would play with. You know what I mean? I love the look of it, but I mean, it's not a style that I get into role playing. And I feel that way in like Star Citizen too. Like the if you guys saw the Prowler dropship that recently released in Star Citizen, and it's cool. Like, I got it because I'm a sub or whatever, so they let me have it for a month or whatever, and it was cool. But it's just, yeah, it's not my style. I like the more military, realistic stuff. I like this kind of hollowed little hair. I'm probably gonna keep that. Kind of excited. Like, I kind of want to. It's kind of making me think. Like, you know, and I'm thinking about a server, and that's scary. I don't want to think about a server. Servers are bad. The idea of a server is bad. I don't want to put that out there in the air. I'll tell you guys what, making a server for this game is really hard. It's not fun. It's very expensive. The RAM that's required to run this game in multiplayer efficiently is just, and we went through that in the community. We had an XBC server for a while. You know, I was part of the Shattered Realm stuff, and you know, after Shattered Realm and Shattered, whatever, the whole Shattered thing, right? And it's rough, man. It's way more, to me. It's way more drama than it's worth, and it just, you don't get that amount of good gameplay that you want, and you don't get the bang for the buck. Definitely not. But I was just thinking in my head, like, it'd be really cool to have a co-op let's play of like Creel versus Terran versus uh Scar. Have like three groups of like, you know, three groups of like three or whatever that had these different races and kind of like battled it out. But we all know the multiplayer and the PvP in this game is bad right now. Some that I hope they're gonna work on time goes by, but I don't know how important that is to them. But that would be cool. I would love that because it'd be a good way to promote all the work that Jay Randall's done, as well as just be kind of freaking cool, right? Like it would be. Yeah, it would be a good scenario. Oh Lord, you guys can see. Oh, because I'm doing display. I gotta turn that off. Hold on, hold on, guys. I gotta turn off pop-ups on Discord because you guys could see that. So for some reason, OBS doesn't recognize Empyrion anymore, and closed alpha stuff. Hold on, guys. Yikes. I know there's a streamer mode. Enable streamer mode. Why isn't it in streamer mode? You can set a keybind to toggle streamer mode. Add a keybind. Man, I'm running out of keys on the keyboard to do this stuff. Alright, I don't know. Hopefully that added streamer mode. If I see the pop-up again, I'll have to. But yeah, I was off on a tangent, but damn. What's the unlock? Not the unlock, but what's the well, I guess I'm not worried about unlock, am I? Oh no, I am worried about unlock. The unlock level 15 still, right? Oh, it's an unlock level 10 right now. Holy crap. Okay. So yeah, I am worried about unlock. Oh, because I don't have the CPU blocks in there right now. But it'll be a 15, so I can use any weapons with an unlock level 15 right now. That's what we have to keep. So anything but artillery. Damn, we're gonna put an artillery turret. Oh. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, sirs. Do some, we'll do some... What are we gonna do? I mean, we're gonna keep it kind of cheap. I'm not gonna put laser turrets on there just because I know that the ammo is so expensive, right? So when you think about when you think about a build, you kind of have to put all these things into account. You got to figure, okay, what's the unlock level? What's the purpose? This CV is meant for people on their starter planet. You know, you're going to get up to level 15. Hopefully, you're going to get the CPU components to get a CPU tier 3 thing set up, and you're going to get this build. Once you get this build, you're still on the starter planet. You don't have a restroom. You don't have a symposium. If you do, you don't have a lot. So I don't want to give you a build that has a bunch of fancy space turrets that you can't use. So I'm going to give you flak. Flak's cheap to make. Flak doesn't cost anything crazy. So, yeah, we're going to give you flak, and you're going to love it. Absolutely love it. Oh. And listen, like, change it out. You know, you get to your higher planets and stuff, you swap it out with the fancy other turrets, right? That's all. That's all you gotta do. That's what makes this game cool. Is you can customize, you can change it, you can do whatever. So like that. So yeah, we're gonna give you some a little bit of broadside action there. Yeah, but doesn't well, so the rockets take a restroom gel, right? Or am I wrong? Did that change? I'm sure it all changed, dude. We're getting titanium and aluminum, all these different things. So I'm sure it's a little different, but so I'm gonna make this a slot for weapons here as well. We're gonna do we're gonna allow like some of these. Now I'm not gonna we're gonna put them in here, but actually we can't because that's that weird. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, no. In order to do that, I would need to remove the layer here, so I can't really do that. Aluminum. Yes, I said aluminum. You heard me. I said aluminum. I didn't say aluminium because that would be a bit too many syllables there. Platinum. Is it platinum too? So platinum, titanium, and aluminum? Jesus. All the boxes we're gonna have to have. Yeah, you don't say platinium, do you? Platinium? Platinumium? I don't even know what I just said. Platinumium. Platunium? Sounds horrible. Sounds like Pluto's reject cousin or something. It would be a thing. Awesome. Yeah, stuff like that just excites me. Isn't there something for that? There's something really cool. Gotta find it. I swear there's like this shape that I've never used that is a thing. What the hell is that? Oh, where are you? I know you exist. It's... Oh, please, you exist. Did it only exist in my dreams? Why am I dreaming about Empyrion shape? That's horrible. So boring. That's... That... I don't know. That's not what I want. Close, but that's not what I want. No, I want the get it. Well, it's like this, but it's not. It's like this. Is it this? Oh, it's kind of like that, but it's not quite that. It's close. Dang it. So is that not a thing? I swear that was a thing, man. I swear it was something like that that could just go all snuggy in there and make it happen. I don't think that's gonna be a thing though. Damn it. This? Photo block on the top. So it's that, but it needs to be thicker. What she said. God, I can't. Dang it! That's not a thing. I thought it was a thing. I thought I did a thing, and oh, is that? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. That is close. That is damn close, sirs. Damn it! I'm really mad. That's not a thing. Look at that. That's what I need, but I need it to be a little 45 on that. Oh, that would be beautiful. That's not a thing. No, it's not a thing, guys. Elion, please fix. It's not a thing. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts my head. Yeah, that works. Right. Or don't. Or don't. You know, it's funny because I came in here to mess with the to mess with the inside and start doing that, but there's still so much to do on the outside. Like, you know, once you start flowing and stuff, like you don't stop. You know, you don't keep going. Like as long as you're seeing good stuff happening, just keep going. And always put a fresh set of eyes on your build, even if they're your own eyes. Like step away from your build, come back in a day or whatever. I guarantee you'll see about 100 things you want to change. It's just completely natural. I love these little like micro transitions here that's happening like with some of these blocks. It's really cool. You can do like little subtle things that kind of add a little bit of a contrast. Oh, nice, Stuart. Dog's got a freaking thing for everything in this area. It's hilarious and then it's not. Kind of not. This is the only view that I don't like. Bothers me. It's that weird, like, pull out, like right here with this. I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. It looks like, I don't know, it looks incomplete. See if we can add a little. See, we can't really add anything because that's a whole block already. Like, it's just kind of. Now, what I could do is round it off. I guess without that. Yeah, see, it feels more complete to me. I don't know. A better contrast from side to that side too. Should translate over here, yeah, perfect. Nice. Yeah, that works. That feels better. So, because you got that flat on this side, and it goes against this concave, and it just kind of, it makes that space even more, what the hell's going on there kind of thing, and I really like that. Yeah, thanks, Stuber. Shows the separation better. Yeah. All right, let's put back the weapons just to kind of visualize what it's gonna look like after it's completed. We'll remove this stuff after, but and really you could put anything there. You put drills there if you want to make, you know, if you want to be able to drill asteroids with this, you could really put anything there. It's a misconception that you need like 6 drills for an asteroid. You really don't. And when you're putting them so close together like this, or like, you know, most drill ships are now, even my rebar, it's inefficient because like it's not gonna make it faster, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's overkill. So you want to space your drills out, and I'll probably be making a new CV drill ship at some point soon here. But you definitely want to space them out and give them, you know, so that they get their complete drill arc. And you know, you could easily test that in a gameplay, so you could see what I'm talking about. Oh, is it? The drill turret's awesome? For CVs? Oh, dude, don't tell me that, man. Did they finally make it? Okay, I don't care about the drill turret. Talk to me about the multi-turret. Because that's always been my big issue, is that it takes an hour to tear down a POI with this stupid thing that's like slower than the freaking regular multi-tool. A multi-turret is freaking useless, man. Both in CV and HV. It's just stupid. It takes forever. You could literally do it faster with your hand. Like it's craziness. So when they gave the drill turrets that buff, they should have done the same thing with the multi-turret. I can't wait to test that, because boy, if you could do that, the builds that we could make, man. Something else I would say with a lot of designs and stuff, especially with all this new deco, there's a lot of really cool new deco now, but I'm seeing that there's a lot of builds out there that are they're leaning too heavily on the deco, and it's really apparent too. Like sometimes, so you have to be careful that you're not letting the deco overcompensate for not shaping. In this designers challenge, I didn't say no deco. I was kind of going to, but then I decided, no, you know what, let's make it, because to me, when you use deco correctly, it really just kind of accents the shape and adds onto it, but it doesn't overtake it. So when you use deco, you want it to translate reality in a build. Like this, like you want it to mean something, like that's actually doing something, or that actually looks like it belongs there. If you just stick a bunch of deco and it doesn't make a lot of sense, it's not going to translate when the person looks at it. They're just going to think it's a mess. But if you put them strategically in places where, yeah, I could believe that there's vents there, I could believe that this is there for this purpose, or, you know, then it just really adds to your build. But, you know, the whole point of this this month is to really just lean on the shaping first. Don't worry so much about deco. Needs more piping. No, it certainly doesn't. Wrong channel, guys. You know, once I go in the paint phase, I'll just put like little hazard gluey things in there so people don't. Kind of too much. No, to be continued on that part. Still undecided on this ramp. Still debating that. Sometimes I like it when I look at it, sometimes I don't. I like that better, right? Like it's less. The back is fine. I'm cool with this one, I think. This side works because it goes with that. That just felt weird, I think. One side, so. We definitely need more turrets on top. But there's really not a lot of room for another turret. So up there in the middle top is going to be like the SV landing bay. You know, we're going to have to incorporate some kind of ability to get downstairs. Waiting until I do the interior to figure that out. But we definitely need some kind of presence here on top of the turret. So I'm thinking we'll forego this vent thingy I did. I'm not in love with it anyway. Forgo that for now, and then we'll kind of incorporate a turret here. Yeah, like I said, this thing is not going to be heavily equipped. This thing is not going to be able to take down, you know, orbital patrol ships and stuff. I mean, this is kind of a tuck tail and run kind of situation. You know, it can defend itself for a minute, but nothing. Kind of like my Millennium Falcon, but that kind of same thing, right? Like it's not too big. It's a little bit bigger than like an SV. It has some abilities, but you know, it's got some weapons, but you're not going up against the Death Star. You know, it's like no, don't do it. So I mean, I like that. I want something with a bit of character here. And honestly, this is kind of the. Right now I'm building the CV that I want to play with in Alpha 12. Now, so you guys know, so far I've committed to I'm going to be building all my stuff in my Let's Play. I'm not going to spawn anything in my Let's Play. So this wouldn't see... I don't think I would use this in the Let's Play, but I'm not completely counting that out yet. Because I won't be done with this before my Let's Play starts. So there's that little caveat right there. That this could potentially be used. I wouldn't be done with it yet, right? So I can kind of like, yeah, this might be a thing. Or, you know, the gameplay might, you know, demand something else, you know, and then we'll just have to figure something else out, which is cool too, so... Not sure, seems like something that my family might try, so please don't get any. Happened there, but well, that's a weird one. I think so. I don't think that's possible, man. That's okay though. I think we can deal with that. Yeah. Alright, so then we'll this. Like, it would be nice if I can make it round instead of flat. could step this whole thing down one. Might make it look a little sleeker. Let's try that. Definitely feels better. I just gotta kind of fill it in where it makes sense again. And obviously we gotta do something about the tops of the hangar doors, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, I like that better. What do you guys think? I think that feels a little better. Like it was too high. It was too stacked. It wasn't feeling sleek. And it was just unnecessary. The blocks were just, I couldn't account for that. It didn't make sense why those were there. All right, guys, I'm pretty happy with this. I think we're gonna leave it here. Another really good stream. This was a lot of fun, guys, as always. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to continue this build right here on Twitch and YouTube. Links below if you guys are new to the stream. I have a YouTube channel. We have a very active Empyrion Discord community. We also play a lot of other games. Hey, Big, what's up, man? With that 3-month resub. Appreciated, sir. There's your karambit. Don't stab me with it later in Scrap Mechanic. So yeah, I'm still playing Scrap Mechanic nightly. I'm just not really streaming it. Let me know, man. If you guys want to see Scrap Mechanic content, we have a Scrap Mechanic channel in Discord. Just message me, say, hey, I want to see the streams. And I might do that at night. Because, I mean, I've been playing every night, but, you know, not a lot of people were watching. And, you know, I recognize you guys mostly enjoy the Empyrion content. So let me know, though. If you miss it, let me know. I don't want to let people down if enough people want to watch it. Also, like I said, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a new designer spotlight, and that is with Siege, a very well-known OG builder in Empyrion. So if you want to see a really cool history of stuff from the olden days, and then what he's doing currently, because he's very active today doing new content, definitely check that out. Look at that, 10-month resub for Just Thumbs, dude. Freaking awesome. Thank you, sir. 2 thumbs for you, sir. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome, man. I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for the continuation of our named, but I forgot the name of it, build. It's some cool sword name. So, catch y'all later, man. Take care, guys. This is the part where you guys hear me save the build after the stream. Little sound effects. You guys have a great weekend.